Okay, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone who has joined. We are very sorry that we are late because we ran into some silly issues with Zoom, and we're still having those issues. But I think we can get started. So today's topic of this TTC webinar, which is in association with TAQELAH, is Chrome Extension Development 101. And the speaker is Syam. Now, Syam, he is a good friend. He is he is a, a super tester. Um, he's the co-founder of the TAQELAH meetup in Singapore and has been, been instrumental in hosting a lot of events, doing a lot of events together. He has been a speaker in multiple countries, speaking about testing, letting people know what he knows about. So, knowledge sharing is something that comes very naturally to him. And this is really a great opportunity for us. Thank you, Syam, for doing this, and especially choosing the test chat community as partners for doing this. So without any further delay, I hand it over to you, Syam. Please take it away.
Oh, thank you so much, Brijesh. Thanks for the kind words. So we can start immediately. So today we're gonna talk about a little bit of Chrome extension development. So I will touch the basics, and we will do some hands-on, and we will see how you can publish this Chrome extension to the Chrome developer dashboard, and how you can do some little bit of debugging also. Myself, Syam. So already Brijesh gave the introduction, so I just want to skip this part. But I really wanted to show my video, unfortunately, because the day before yesterday I shaved my head. I really wanted to show my head. I did it as part of the Hair for Hope event. So every year I shave my head. This is for the bringing awareness for children's cancer. So this is in association with Children's Cancer Society Singapore. So it's not like donating your hair or anything. It's like you can shave your head, and they will give you a profile, and others can donate in behalf of for you. So all the money will go to the needy families. Yeah, maybe I will share my pic later since I cannot share my video. So the question. So which is your favorite extension, or what kind of extension you are using in your day-to-day life? Maybe we can just chat on Zoom, and we can quickly see which is your favorite one. Oh, I see you, Inspector Srinivas. Okay. Yeah, the search engine optimization is something a lot of things can do with Chrome extensions. Okay. Okay. Formatter. Cool. Yeah, full screenshot, especially if you want to take a full screen. Yep. Awesome. Yeah. So why? So I don't need to explain what a Chrome extension is, right? So everyone is aware of what is to do and how it helps. And we can quickly go through the agenda. So these are the topics that we will be covering in this session. So we can have an introduction, and we will discuss about what are the different types of Chrome extensions and what's a manifest JSON is, and the Chrome storage API. How can you store a variable value to the Chrome storage? And rich notifications. That's how you can create some pop-up notifications with Chrome extension. And the context menu, that's something when you do the right click, and how you can bring some options when you do the right click on the browser page. And the options are the settings page of your Chrome extension, how you can create it, and how you can add a badge to the Chrome extension. and what a content script is, and how you can create a content script, and how you can debug, and finally how you can deploy. So what? So basically, these Chrome extensions are small JavaScript programs being embedded to your Chrome browser, correct? So it can do a lot of things. It can access all the elements on your browser, and you can create wonderful applications out of it. So some benefits like it will help you to stay organized. Some Chrome extensions are very helpful for productivity, and some it can bring up some fun also. Correct. And to understand about the Chrome extensions, you need a little bit of basics of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So this session, we will be more focusing into the Chrome extension basics. So I just assume that you have the basic knowledge in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay.
Well, Syam, before you move ahead, I think you can now start your video. Can you please check once?
Sure. Let me check. Oh, awesome. Yeah, that's my head.
Well done, Syam. We are so proud of you for what you're doing. Really well done.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Please go ahead.
cool. Yeah, we just continue. So the different types of Chrome extension, right? And so there are three types of Chrome extensions: browser action, event page action, and the background. So you might be familiarized with the browser actions. So it can be easily identified if you're looking at the toolbar. There will be icon on the browser, the toolbar session. When you click on it, then you can see that. Okay, so it's available all the time whenever you open the browser, and you can just play around with that one. Page action is something like it's available only with certain pages that you can be programmed. Okay, so you are creating a Chrome extension just for some specific pages only, then you can provide that one in the settings, and it will be available only for that particular pages. Otherwise, it will be grayed out. Background type is neither browser nor page action. So this is something like will be, as the name says, all the script will be working in the background, and it consumes a lot of energy because it works all the time in the background. And in this session, we will be primarily focused on browser action and the page action types of Chrome extensions. Okay. Yeah, just jump into the manifest JSON. So these are the one important file you need to create while you are working on a Chrome extension. So this is a JSON file which tells you about the name of the extension that you're going to create, and what's the version, and the manifest version. The manifest version is something gonna be a fixed version that's provided by Google. The current latest version is 2. So if you're developing the Chrome extension today, it's going to be 2 always. Name of the extension is that the name that you're gonna provide, and version is something like you can, when you publish it, then the version should be updated. So it will help you to deploy to the production, so that you can be you can version your Chrome extension. Then there is some pop-up HTML and CSS. Pop-up HTML is something like when you click on a Chrome extension, then some UI comes up, right? So that's a pop-up HTML, and there can be JavaScript associated with it. Options HTML is something like you are creating a settings page for your extension. So you need an HTML and JS for that one also. Then there could be background and content, and there could be icons associated with the Chrome extensions. So we will see how you can create all these into the manifest JSON. So I just want to share some code with you. So I already created some sample code for you. Brajesh, can you see my IDE? Hello, Brajesh?
No, Syam, cannot see your IDE because you're
Okay.
currently probably sharing only the browser.
Yeah, let me share one more time.
Try and share your full screen. Maybe we should be able to see.
Yep. What about now?
Yeah, now we can see.
Awesome. Okay, so I have created a Hello World Chrome extension. So we will just look at the code one by one and then explain each and every lines of code in this project. So the first one, there is something called manifest.json. Like, so it has a manifest version. So this is going to be always true. Okay, and the name is the name of your extension. So we're going to create a Chrome extension called Hello World, and the description of the extension. And my first version is 1.0. Okay, then there are icons. So icons are the one which is going to be like, it could be in a fixed resolution. So it's like 24, 48, 128. So you need to add those icons in your same directory or give the path to that particular icon. Okay. So I have two icons, 48 and 128 in the PNG format. So I added it in the same folder. Then, like I said, there could be some background script. So I have specified, I have a background script called background.js, and I called persistent false. Persistent false means this is an event type script. Okay. Then I already taught, okay, this is a mix of multiple types. So this is on browser action too. So when you click on the browse toolbar, then this has to be, the popup.html has to be visible, right? So the icon, I already given the information. So it has to use the 48.png. Then the popup which supposed to open up when you click on the icon should be popup.html. So I have created a popup.html here. Then few permissions also you need to provide, like we are saving a variable as the example. So you need to tell Chrome that I need access to the storage, COM storage API. Also, we have an example for the notification. So this is also you need to tell to the Chrome. I have a pop-up code also in it. Then we're gonna deal with some right-click functions also. So that's something you need to specify in manifest JSON if you want to get the permission, correct? Then for the settings page, I have something called options.html. Okay. So we will see how you can add this Chrome extension as part of your local development. So I have this file, all the files in this Hello World, right? So in order to test that one, what you can do, you open Chrome and type Chrome / extensions. Okay, so I already enabled the developer mode. So when you are accessing this page for the first time, you can see that there is a developer mode. Okay, so you just enable it. Then you will be getting these options: load, unpacked, pack extension, and update. Okay, so you click on load unpacked, and you select your folder which contains all the file, and you select. So you can see that it's been added over here, and you come to this extension icon over here, click on it. Then you can see that it's not yet pinned. Then you can click on here, pin it. So you can see that that extension is came here. So I will give you a demo first before we go to the code, what this extension do. So I'm going to click it. It will open a page like this. So it has an enter your name, please. Then there is a text field and a save button. So I'm going to type Syam. Then it will display welcome Syam. Okay. And if I'm going to click on save button, you can see that there is a notification comes. Okay. So it seems like some permission. It seems I am sharing the screen. It cannot show. It's supposed to show what name updated as Syam. Okay. So you can click on it, then it will show it. So if I try to update my name, okay, Syam Sasi, then if I try to save, then again I will be getting name updated as Syam Sasi. Then a new text will be coming here. Previous name was Syam. Okay, so you understand what this do, right? Then you can see that there is, if you look at the under the badge, there is Syam already displayed here. So I'm trying to update it as ABC. So ABC should be coming here. This is a badge. This is called the badge in Chrome extension. So another requirement is like whatever be the current name that you have put here, it is supposed to display as the badge. Okay. Then I told about settings page, right? Settings page, how can you access the settings page? Is like you just right click on it, then you will see there is something called options. So you click on it, it will navigate to the settings page. So I have a functionality here. I want to reset my current name. Okay. So I click on reset. Then there will be another pop-up, name has been reset to empty. So if you go and click on it again, then you can see that name that you previously stored has been removed. Correct. So I am trying to type again, Syam. Okay. So it has to be stored in one of the variable here. So if I open again, it has to remember Syam. So that's how we gonna remember the name over here. Correct. 1 second. So we will see the code one by one and how we gonna do it. Sorry. Let's go to the popup.html. So popup.html is the HTML you should be seeing when you click on the pop-up. Correct, this page. So let's have a quick look at popup.html. So I am using jQuery here. So that's one advantage that we have. You can have the jQuery when you are developing it. So I already added the minimum version of the jQuery here, jQuery 3.1.0, and I have embedded over here. Okay. So here you can see that I have used the inline CSS over here. So it can be the external CSS. So it depends on what you would like to do. It just like the normal CSS. So it will be appearing over here as long as you have the CSS embedded inside here as a file. So I have a header tag with ID as hello, and I'm providing enter your name, please. That's the first heading that you should be seeing, right? And this is the ASCII code for the hi symbol, waving hand. Then I have one text field over there, and the ID is my name, and another submit button is there, and the value is save, and the ID is save name. Then I have another div in header. I'm providing as previous name of the ID. Okay. So if you provide this one, the pop-up will be working. Okay. So you can see that I have already provided popup.js over here. So if you open popup.js, let's see what does it do. Okay. So the first method here, once the document is ready, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to call the Chrome Storage API. So that's the first part I would like to discuss. So what is a Chrome Storage API? Chrome Storage API provides you the option to save a variable name into Chrome Storage, and you can retrieve it whenever you want. Okay. So for example, let's say Chrome Storage sing.get name. Then if you're going to provide data.name, if you have set a name already with this variable, you will be getting that. So this will be checking if it is undefined or not. If not, then we will be printing it to the hello with appending with hello. So the first code, I'm checking whether the name already existing, then I will be printing it with hello. So that's something like you open it and the welcome Syam should be displayed because previously I have saved Syam into the variable. Okay, so it works. It checked the Chrome Storage API and it retrieved the value Syam, and it's setting to the header hello. So that part will be working fine. So another event, so this is callback functions. So basically this Chrome storage get sync is a callback function. So you can have the callback function, the implementation inside this one. I have another event called keyup. Okay, so keyup is something like when you type something on the text field, that's my name. The welcome, whatever the text that you have typed, it should be appear. Okay, it's a simple JavaScript. So basically, if you typing something A, B, C, D, you can see that welcome A, B, C, D being appended. So that's what happening in that code. Another one, save name. So you want to save the name that you have entered to the Chrome storage. So I have a click event on the save name as a button. Then I am getting the value variable name from the Chrome storage. And this is a new name. So whatever be the new name that you have added, it will be stored in the new name variable. And the previous name we are getting from the Chrome storage API. Okay. Then what do you need to do? We need to set the new value to the existing Chrome storage variable name, right? So just like the get method, Chrome storage has the set method also. So that's what happening here. So I am setting only if it is different. Like I am entering Syam, then this block will not be updated. Okay. So we will see what happens when I put both the name as same. So I'm trying to save previous name as Syam, but there is no notifications. So if I type Syam1, there will be notification. Okay. So I'm checking this one. If both names are both not same, then I have a notification here. So notification is nothing but what you see on the right top corner. So there are different types of Chrome notification. I am going with the basic. There are some list type, image type Chrome notification. That's something you can explore on Google. So you will be getting more details over here. So here I am using the basic notification. So I am giving the type as basic, and there is an icon associated with that one, and title and a message. So I'm appending name updated as the new name that you have input. Then in order to call that one, you need to call Chrome notification.create. This will create a new notification with the notif option variable. So every time you need to create a new string up, you need to append a new string, then only you will be getting that one. That's why I'm adding the new .get time over here. So I'm passing that one, then it will be open up. So that's about the notification. That's what I wanted to cover here. We already covered, right? Cool. So we will just look at the remaining code in this page. So this is nothing but we are setting the welcome page. So whatever be the new name that you have typed, and if the previous name is not null, then we need to put previous name was previous name. So that's what you can see it over here. So this part, previous name was Syam1. So that was my previous value of the variable. Okay, cool. Next one, a context menu. Okay, context menu is nothing but what you want to select something on the page. Okay, and what we gonna do? We gonna do a Google search. Okay, so I will show the example first. Okay, I'm going to CNN, and what I'm going to do. Okay, so I am going to let me close. Right click on it, then you are seeing an option here, Google it. So I clicking on it, then whatever be the text that we have highlighted, we have selected, then that search keyword should be Googled and it will open a new Chrome tab. Okay, let's see how we can do that one. If you look at the slide, then you can see that, sorry. So I have a Chrome context menu. So I have added the ID as search and title as Google it. Then context is all. And when you click on it, then what you need to do, if the ID is, you can have multiple context menus. So if the ID is search, then what I'm going to do, chrome.tab.create, and I will be appending with this particular URL. So the Google search will be happening. And whatever be the selected test that you perform, that will be appended over into this URL, and it will perform a Google search. I have added it in where background.js. So the background has to, because that will be available every time no matter what, right? So this is going to be quite expensive operation, correct? So let's change. Sorry, earlier I said we're gonna do the event tracking, but this is an example of background script. Pardon me for that one. And so that part going to be happen. So this will be listening every time when you are clicking on it, and that's how it working. Correct. Then another one, add setting a badge, right? So setting a badge means, see, if you look at here, the the value has been updated and appended over here. So if you type ABCD, it has to be coming here as ABCD. So that part happening here. So there is an storage on change event listener. So which means that whatever be the data that has been changed over here, if then the new text will be set it over here. So you already know what variable you have set it. So you can access it by name.new value. It will create the new value, and you need to, that's going to be an object. So you need to convert it to a string and append it over there. So that will be coming here automatically. So these are the inbuilt methods that Chrome provide. So it has, for example, let's say this is the Chrome extension for Zoho. Okay, and you can see that there is an red exclamation. It says extension logged. Okay, so if I want to remove this one, basically I need to put my master password. So and it will be available for some session. So it just means that I need to input my password again. So it depends on your requirement. You can actually add a text or image or anything here you want. Okay. Yeah, another one, option, right? So option I already gave a demo. So basically this is like a settings page of your application. So let's say you are building up something and you need to set a few stuff, depends on your requirement. You can have a dedicated page for that one. And so here I am presetting the value. So if you remember our manifest.json, here we are providing options pages, options.html, correct? So let's see what happens here. So sorry, options.html, and I have embedded in options.js here. So there is a reset button. So what happens here? Sorry, options.js. Yeah. So if I click on the reset button, I will be setting the value of name as empty. Okay, and I'm creating a new notification saying that resetting name. So I just reused whatever the code that we have discussed earlier. So it's simple as that. Yeah, so badges we already covered. So I just want to take a pause now, and just want to check with you whether you have any questions so far. We can discuss in the chat. I know I covered quite a lot of stuff, but if you have any questions still so far, then we can quickly discuss, or we can move to the next session. Okay, maybe then, yeah. Is it possible to extract the data from the Chrome extension stored data? So if you know the name of the variable that you have created, then yes. So otherwise, otherwise I'm not sure how you can do that. Yeah, you mean so assume, Srinivas, you mean, let's say get the list of the variables that I have used with the Chrome API and get a list of that one. So need to explore that one. I haven't tried out that one. Yeah. Is it possible to ongoing browser action and store it, that is test case execution. Test case execution. You mean you are executing something and there is a test ID and you want to store it somewhere. So let's say you are testing something. Okay, I will tell you this example. So you are performing it on Jira or any other where. So there is a key associated with that test case. So you can have this right click and store it somewhere. So which means that you are working on something and you want to make sure that how many test cases you have worked on, right? So what you can do, you can just once you're done with that particular test case, you just right click on that particular test case ID and just click on a button. Maybe it will store somewhere saying that, hey, I have completed this one. Then finally it will give you a list of all the test cases that you have worked on. That's something you can do. Yeah. So it has to be associated with the action, ideally event action. Any other question? Okay, then we move to the next session. Okay, so another important concept is the content script. Okay, so content scripts are it works at the web page context. So let's say it's quite powerful stuff. So it can do the DOM manipulation, and which means, let's say you want to change the font of every element in the current page. You can do with the content script because it has the access to the whole DOM, and it can do whatever it can read and it can write, depends on the permission that you are providing, and it can manipulate the entire DOM content of the web page. One drawback is it cannot use the Chrome API, but all the jQuery and JavaScript methods that you can use. And let's see, we discussed the Popup Js and the background script, right? But if you look at, there is no way you can communicate and pass a data between the Popup Js and the background script. Let's see, you have a scenario where there is some logic that happening in the background script, and you want to display that information on the pop-up HTML. Okay, how you can communicate? That's where the content scripts comes into place. So content script will be working as an intermediator between the background script and the pop-up script. Otherwise, we cannot do any, like you can think of background script as a backend service, and you want to call those response to the pop-up JS. So the content script will be adding as an intermediate layer, and it can communicate the data from pop-up JS to the content background JS and vice versa. So that's how the content script comes in. Yeah, so we will quickly go through the Relative XPath Helper, which I created a long time back, and how it uses the content script. Okay, let's see. I already added it in the GitHub Relative. Yeah, so, yeah. I just want to tell about this Chrome extension. So it's Octo Tree. So you can Octo Tree. It's a GitHub code tree. So once you install, then if you open GitHub, so this will be available only for GitHub, and you will be getting this pop-up out here. It's quite handy. Some of you might have already used it, but if it is new to you, just try it out. So if you go to GitHub page, then you can see that you can open. You will be getting a navigation tool like this. Otherwise, it's quite difficult, right? You need to go to the parent root folder and click on it, but it will give you some easy navigation out here. So this Chrome extension, I'm not sure any of you have already used this one. So I created it in 2018. So basically, it will help you to do create some relative XPath expressions. So I already added over here. So it has a UI like this. Okay. And if you want to find out the relative XPath expression of two elements, you can just do the right click. So for example, let's say I want to find the relative XPath expression between Tamil and Bahasa Malay. Okay, right click on Tamil. You can see that in the first text box it's been captured, and you click on the second one. The second one will be captured, and the relative is here. So you can just delete the unnecessary stuff that you want. For example, I don't need the href, and so this is following sibling A. Okay, so in order to test it again, you can just do it. Sorry, excuse me. You can just enter, and it will be displayed over here. So that will be helping you to find out all the, to validate an XPath expression. So for example, let's say I want to find all the hyperlinks in this element, in this page. So type, it will display, and you can actually navigate something like this, and you can see all the page. So it doesn't involve any coding. So I just kept it minimum 2 right click. Then it will be working based on the control also. So either you right click, or you can press control button and just mouse over. See, then also it will be coming up. So we will quickly go through how you can actually create this type of Chrome extension, and how you can use the content script associated with that. Okay, let's go to the manifest.json first. So this is the structure going to be similar for all the Chrome extension. So you can see that my current version is 1.2.7, and I have given some, compared to our hello world, I have added a few stuff like I am using Google Analytics, so I need to add the content security policy, and there is a background JS that happening, so which is in the relative XPath ground, is a relative XPath background. Then the icons, then the content script I have added. There is a CSS that I have added, and the JavaScript relative XPath content.js, and the icons. Then there is a web accessible resource also I am providing. So let's look at relative XPath content. So let's go to the bottom. Okay, so here all the UNC, all the logic over here. Sorry, first you go to the HTML. So it calling the JS here, background JS here. So there are some listeners that I am giving here. So basically, if you look at this one, I am sending some request in the background messages, and I am sending messages. That's how you can actually pass this information from popup.js to the background scripts. Then there are, if you are clicking on it, then I am adding a new toggle pop-up type. Then let's go to the relative popup.js. So you can see that there is 4 fields over here. So first one is the expression of the first element, XPath of the second element. Then there is a relative XPath expression. Then there is a, if you have any, if you press enter key, then it will validate the expression correct. So what does it do? I'm adding, there is an event listener I have added on the click, and there is an evaluate XPath expressions also. Then I am adding a handle request event listener. Okay, so let's have a quick look at it. Evaluate XPath. So let's see where this method being called. Sorry. Okay, so this is happening when you are keying up, when you press the enter key, correct? So that's what happening here. Then let's go to the next JS, popup.js. Let's 1 second. Okay, so this is the logic for finding out the relative XPath expressions over here. I mean the UI logic. Then we are checking like what's finding out the current state, whether you need to find out the expression of the first element of second element. That's what happening here. This is relative XPath popup.js, then content.js. Yeah. So okay, let's see. Find relative XPath. Okay, so this is the method for finding the relative XPath expression of two elements. So you are doing the right click, right? So you will be getting the node of that particular element. And I have a few validations over here. So we need to remove. We have a method to find out the expression. And there is some logic like if the both elements are same, like you are right click on the both element, then both are same, right? So then you just need to append the self over here. Then if parent is same, then you need to do some preceding sibling. Then if the previous is a same node and the previous is not equal to node, then you are adding the following sibling. So you can add your logic over here in the relative expression content, and you can pass the result to the popup.js. So that's how it works. So you can have a look at this repository, and you can find out how the data being transferred from the popup.js to the background.js. So already open sourced it. You can, if you want, you can open a pull request as well. Cool. Yeah, and finally, how you can debug it, because when I started, I was just printing into the console, and it was quite difficult for debugging. But it's quite simple, and just the same way you debug a web application. So if you have already done some Chrome development, I mean web-based debugging, then you might be already familiar with this one. So let's look at our Chrome extension, and let's see how you can debug this one. Okay, so in order to do that, just right click on it, and you can see there is an inspect pop-up. So it will open a new dev tool, and you can go to the source, and you can open the popup.js, and let's see, let's put a break point here. So breakpoint here. So this is happening on the ready function, right? So, and if the data name, so okay, so it's already came up, so this block won't be executed because it's already ready. And maybe we can add it somewhere here, save name. So let's save something. So you can see that there is a debug, and there is a the play button over here. Then you can see that I click on the next step. Yeah, one more. It came over here. So it's inside the new name, and just go to the next. And if you mouse over, you can see that the value of the name is Syam. So this is a cool way to do the debugging, because if you put some logic, I mean, other than syntax error, then it will not be throwing any error, and debugging is the only way. But if you put any syntax error, the Chrome extension will be always highlighting you on the extension level. For example, let's see, there is an error. So something happening in the background.js. So that's an error that you need to debug later. So that's, you can see it over the error tab over here. And let's see if you make any change over here. Let's say on my popup.html, I'm going to change add one more hello here. Hello. How can you update this with the, how can you update this particular change on the Chrome extension? You can see that there is a refresh button. Okay, so you click on it, so the new code will be loaded, and if you open it again, it didn't come, right? Let's check one more time. Oh, okay, it's because we already saved something, so you need to clear, then only we will be showing it. So let me go to the options page. I'm resetting it. And I open again. Yeah, you can see that there is a hello, enter your name, please. That comes. So that's how you can reload the newly updated code. And you can see that all the inspect views, all the other stuff over here. So you can directly click on it in order to go to the options page also. Cool. Then the last part, how you can deploy this one, right? So imagine you are ready with your Chrome extension and you are ready to deploy this to production, and what things you need to do that. What kind of things you need to do that. So you can Google Chrome developer dashboard, and you click on sign in. Then, okay, so let's see. I'm logging with my, okay, no, already existing one. So I already having a developer license with this one. So when you are signing up using your first time, then there is a one-time $5 fee there. So you need to pay that one to Google. Then only you will be able to access. So I already deployed my Relative XPath Helper. You can see a lot of info here. So it will be asking you what this information, like do we have any screenshot or anything, then some additional information, then the privacy practices, whether you are creating any remote code or the permission that you need to access. Then if you are collecting any user data, then you need to specify, since I'm not doing, you need to certify you are not collecting any user data. Then if you have any payment app, like you can have free or you can freemium. So if your Chrome extension is too good, then you can just consider monetizing that one. And you can see some statistics also if you already deployed it. So it's like the daily installs and geographical region and language OS. So you can see the top list of the countries where your extensions being used. Then the ratings also. So how many ratings that you got, you get all the rating that happened in the previous months. Let's see how you can create a new upload package. So there is an upload new package, and what you need to do once you're done with your Chrome extension, you need to zip it and upload it. So yeah, let me zip the sorry, hello world. Let me go to my repo. Okay, I'm zipping it. Where is zip? Zip. Compass, yeah. So it will create a zip. So come here, then hello world, right? So it will be okay. Oh, okay. So I am trying to upload with the Relative XPath, so you shouldn't do that. You should create a new one. So I'm creating a new item and I'm browsing the file. Yeah. So you can fill out all these fields, and finally you can actually submit. So the team will be reviewing, Google team will be reviewing this one, and it will be available in the market. Yeah, that's how you need to deploy the Chrome extension. Cool. Yep, I think I'm done. So if you have any questions, then you can shoot.
I don't see any additional.
Was it too clear or everyone is confused?
No. I liked it. I was just playing around with stuff as you were walking us through, and
Okay.
I think it's very interesting. Mangesh has something to say.
Okay.
There's a question from Shubham. There is a compliment from Mangesh.
Okay. You
Magesh.
can
Okay.
go with thanks, Magesh and Shubham. That fees you mentioned is one-time fee or recurring fee? It's a one-time 5 USD. So that has to be paid, then only you can publish. You don't need to pay
So
anything other than
you pay once and then you can publish multiple extensions or per
yes,
extension.
multiple extensions.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure what's the cap, but there you can upload multiple exceptions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it something like then Google knows that okay you are also developing extensions and that's why you can add more and more.
Yes, yes.
More like a more like a subscription for their space to do your stuff and post your extensions.
Yeah, I mean, it's a one-time fee only. Then for the freemium, I think there is a amount of the certain percentage should be going to the Google
So
if you are making it.
this is for free extensions.
Yeah, this is for free extensions. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Awesome. So do we have any other questions? I don't see anything from anybody. It was a wonderful session, Shyam. Something that I was definitely looking forward to, and I certainly have a lot of takeaways. And as I speak, Vandana has a question. Are
Yeah.
these extensions fetched every time the browser is loaded? Shyam?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, I mean, if you load the browser every time on the right side top, you should see these extensions. By the way, in the beginning, Shyam asked which is your favorite extension, and I was too slow in typing. My favorite
Okay.
extension is Selectors Hub right now.
Okay.
Uh, I just use it rampantly whenever I'm trying to test something in the UI. But I'm going to give your extension. I did not know about it, Sham, that you also have the XPath Helper. I'm going to get give that also a try and
Sure. You can open a PR also. Now everyone knows how to open a PR. So just do it. I think it will be great. At least everyone can try at least one Chrome extension by end of year. Then that would be great. I'm sure you will. You don't need to create another XPath extension. There, it's already flooded with a lot of XPath
yeah, yeah,
extension.
yeah,
You can have your own requirement in your team or your office. There are like Srini said, the SEO search engine optimization. That's the depends on your need. You can create the Chrome extension. That's a cool way to optimize. I mean, reduce the manual effort. So you can bring a lot of automation with this one, and you can share it with the team. And if anyone in the world can use it, why don't you just create for everyone? So when I started the relative XPath expression, so the main idea was to find out the XPath, since the website which I was testing doesn't have any IDs. So I was working with one of the Singapore government agency, and it has two parts. So one part was on React on Rails, and other part on some what some. I mean, I forget the terminology, but it's like the content management site. So they just drag and drop and create all the websites. So they don't have any option to add the ID here. So the React Native, it was easy. So during the stand-up, you just say, "Hey, bro, I need one ID out there." So I don't need to use any other Chrome extension. So I have an ID. Why I need another Chrome extension? So it was easy. But the other part, you need to have you. There is no way you can add the identifier over there. So XPath was the only option. Even CSS was not so much favorable because I need to traverse a lot, go to the parent level, and basically it was full of reporting. So HTML tables was there,
right. Shyam,
and
there is Vandana says I think we need more sessions to get more knowledge. So Shyam, please prepare for a part two of this one already. And Mahati is asking something really interesting. What level of skills would be enough to start with?
I think basic levels are enough. So rest of the everything is available on Google.
You
You can
mean
just
basic
Google it.
knowledge of HTML, CSS, JavaScript should get you
Yeah,
going, right?
yeah, that's what I had in 2018. So I can definitely say that's enough.
Okay, and if you know a little more about, the newer technologies, the Node.js, the React, and stuff, that also probably helps you in building.
Yep. Yep.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much for this session on a
Yeah.
Saturday afternoon for you, Shyam. Uh,
Yeah. I'm so happy to speak with Test Chat.
we are always happy to see you around, and thank you for doing this as a part of an association with Tequila. This is well, I have to say this in this webinar that the first ever collaboration that we ever had as Test Chat community was with Tequila. So that is indeed a proud bond that we share with Tequila. Excellent
Yeah.
work. You guys bring some awesome content, excellent speakers. So yeah, we are definitely looking forward to the next Tequila event. Thank you
Sure.
so much, guys.
Yeah. I think before we wind up, Srini has one more question.
Yep, I see that.
Okay. I have seen errors in console from different Chrome extensions. How do we know if any Chrome extensions are capturing our information? That's an excellent question, Srini. I have one thought of this one. So Chrome extensions. Sorry. Then you can try out this one. Chrome. This will be helpful for everyone. Chrome extension source code. Huh. This extension will be help you to check the source code of whatever extension that you have installed. That's cool, right? So let's see view source, right? So once you install this one, okay, let's go to Octo Tree. And no, this one doesn't have. There was, I forget how to use that one. I used to use this earlier. Mhm. Okay. Relative. There was a way how you can see the Chrome extensions over here using this one. Sorry, I forget this one, but this one was giving some options like uh, yeah. So let's see. Once you open that one, then you can see the extension, the code of the extension that I just selected. So you can see whatever be the uh, JS file, CSS file, you can see. So you can have a quick look at the code that that particular extension do. And you can just have a quick look at with what kind of actions that this particular developer do. And some extensions logic, actually they are calling some web service, and they are actually sending the response back. So you don't know what kind of things that will be happening in the background, but definitely you can check the request, and looking at the code, you can see what kind of information that they are collecting. So that's a good way to check whether this is a malicious. There are a lot of malicious Chrome extensions are there. So this extension is a good way to learn about the coding also. So you can see what others are doing in order to achieve that one, or what are the different CSS and the different JS code that others are implemented. So you can have a look at that one and you can learn from that one. So I strongly just suggest this one, Chrome extension source viewer. So that's the only way you can check whether it's a good one or it's a bad one. Yeah.
Yeah, Shyam, there is a question in the Q&A panel as well, and it
Okay.
says, what is the best way to start as a beginner? And this is from anonymous attendee. So somebody wants to know what is the best way to start as a beginner.
So I would say just get your hands on coding in some basic JavaScript and HTML and see how it works. So once you understand, you can bring more into the Chrome extension, because the Chrome extension has this definite structure, and you're gonna reuse all the JSON, HTML, CSS code inside that one. So I would say just strengthen your JSON and HTML knowledge first, then you can jump into the development part. And regarding how you can create a new one, just get the idea first, get the problem statement, what you're trying to solve, and try to get a solution for that one.
That's right. That's right.
Yep.
All right. Thank you so much, Syam. I do not see any new questions. So it was awesome, Syam. Like requested, we may need a part 2. So if you can impart some more knowledge on how to get this going, and what are the next steps, so that will also be
Mm.
nice. Maybe we can work out something in the coming weeks.
Yeah. Yep. Maybe we can think about a hackathon event, right? So if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have an idea,
yeah.
let's do a
I
one-day
also
coding.
have an idea, so maybe we can think about something.
Yeah.
Let's talk it out. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for joining, and it was excellent, right?
Thank
So
you, everyone.
yeah, thanks everybody. Have a nice weekend.
Yeah. Stay safe.
Stay safe. See you.
Yeah.